Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Cindy, if you would do roll call, please.
Commissioner Dibdahl,
Here.
Commissioner Cronin. Here. Commissioner Wire,
Here.
Commissioner Shaw. Here. And Mr. Mayor Lindsay.
Here. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss on the consent calendar? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no unfinished business, under new business, approve first reading of ordinance 1679, amend Appendix B, zoning, section 1702. Jameson, would you like to address that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this zoning change affects the property that we're sitting on currently. This is for our new City Hall property and includes the pond to the west as well. When the property was annexed, it automatically comes in as R90 single-family residential, and so now we're looking to change that to heavy manufacturing. And that is something that staff feel is the most appropriate district as it matches some of the zoning on adjacent properties surrounding us. It also was unanimously recommended for approval by the Planning Commission last week. Stand by for questions.
Questions or comments? I mentioned if the commission did not approve of this, that he should pick up one of the mattresses from surplus and call us his residence.
Motion to approve. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 2, award bid number 975, sale of 2006 Ford Duco Terex HRX 55 diesel bucket truck via Purple Wave to Goth Electric in Madison for $16,000. And again, Jameson, would you like to address that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I think the title of this agenda, this item covers it pretty well, so I won't reiterate that, but I'll just note that this bucket truck was declared surplus recently once we received our new bucket truck, so we no longer have need of this one.
Questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 14, authorize staff to purchase the City Hall signage from Stein Sign Display. And again, Jameson, I'll ask you if you'll address this one.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With the opening of the new building here, we knew one of the things we need to move forward on was signage for the building. This would include 2 signs. One is a larger sign that states City of Madison, City Hall, Police Department, probably something for the pond to the west so we can direct people there. And the second one's a smaller one on the north side of the building to indicate that the drive-through is available. We had solicited multiple proposals for different signage and ultimately recommend approving a contract with Stein Sign Display for the estimate is $19,548. I expect it to be more or less right around there. Some of the reasons why staff leaned towards that proposal, we felt that the look better matched the look of our buildings than some of the other proposals, and they also were very quick to respond and had a good timely response. And the material that they were working with is an EPS foam, expanded polystyrene foam, and the manufacturer's representatives stated that this material won't rust, it won't dent, it won't cave in, like some other signs who are made of metal or some acrylic material would be tended to do. It's also less likely to fade or be damaged by the winds, and so that material looked good to staff, and we recommend approval of this agreement.
Questions, comments? If not, do we have a motion?
I got a question, Jameson. We did work with local manufacturers, local companies.
We did, yep. We solicited a local proposal here, but ultimately still recommend moving forward with Stein Sign Display. Say that 5 times fast.
And did we just requested a proposals, or did we have specifics that we were looking for? Was everybody quoting the identical?
Yeah, we gave the same information, and if they had follow-up questions, we'd answer that to the best of our ability.
Other questions?
I'll make a motion to authorize the staff to purchase City Hall signage from Stein Sign Display.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
What's the, I know, I'm looking at the Persona, is that the same material or that's different material?
I don't have that one in front of me, but I believe it's a different material. Yeah.
Because it looks like it came in less than the other bid, so I'm just curious on what.
Yeah, that price was a little bit lower. Again, we didn't feel like that matched the look and feel of the building as well, and that there was no timely response there either.
Sure. So these aren't attached to the building though, they're freestanding out front, is my understanding right?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
They very much mimic the feel of the sign right north of us.
Okay.
And that one came locally or was manufactured locally?
I can't speak towards that one. That was before my time.
I'd like to see us go, do what we can to stay in town, to keep our business local as much as possible.
That is always our first look. We like to keep things local as much as possible. We did solicit the proposal. It took a long time to get any response from our local vendor here, and the materials were different than what we're recommending here. Not that they're bad or that nothing that we couldn't work with, but we liked the proposal that was put forward by what's on the agenda today. Happy to look back at other proposals to try to get more information, follow whatever direction you'd like. And this just was the recommendation that we brought forward.
There is no second. So without a second in that, this could die if the commission would like this to be referred to another meeting.
Just don't want to keep kicking the can down the road on the signage, that's the main thing.
Were lead times provided?
Let me look at this one. I don't see lead times on the proposal listed here. Savannah was the one that solicited these proposals, and from my understanding, she felt that Stein Sign would be willing to move on this pretty quickly. I don't have a timeline in place in my mind, though.
Other questions or comments?
What was the price differential, Jameson, between the two?
About $3,000.
Huh? About $3,000 bucks.
3,000. So Stein was 19,548. Persona was 16,369.81. Which they both do say Watertown, South Dakota on their bids as well, so.
they're both headquartered out of Watertown.
That's the Stein one, this is the Persona.
That's us.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay. Nope. We had
Three.
one abstention.
Yeah, 3-1.
Okay. All right. May 2025 finance updates.
These are the April finance updates. We have begun a full internal audit of our reserve accounts. We have began analysis of our fixed assets module. I did reach out to the auditors, and the most recent correspondence is auditors are completing audits in order of field work. If there is any additional information they need, they will be in contact with us. This update covers year-to-date through April of 2025, which is 32.9% through the year. Cash on hand, general cash, 11.2 million. Investments, 5.95 million. Checking, 4.3 million. Money market, 687,000. Other, 259,000. And restricted cash, we have 629,000. We have our general revenue guidelines for April. Expenditure guidelines. And I'll note the 101 general fund, you'll see is a little bit over the percentage we're looking for at the 47.3%. And this is due to the conduit accounts that we have for the industrial park and the daycare center. By fund. By fund year to date. Sales tax was not in as of this morning or this afternoon, so we don't have anything to report on that at this time. Should we go ahead and send that out when it comes in to each commissioner?
Yeah, we can just update this table and email that out so you can see it. Again, reminder, last year's April was at incredibly high outlier, so we'll likely see a drop year over year.
That's the end.
Questions or comments?
Amy, you'd mentioned the audit there, for the 2023. Is there anything for us to be proactive to try to be on the ball for 2024? Or is there an opportunity for us to open it up to look for another?
RFP for a new audit firm? Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to complete our 2024 audit through them as well, so we could get contracted and going. I already have everything. I'm proactively ready for our 2024 audit. I have everything ready to go for that, just waiting for the 2023 to be able to do all the adjusting entries. Staff and in the finance office have been working diligently on auditing our reserve accounts and transfers in and out. So once we get the results from 2023, we will be able to do all those transactions. And the minute we get that back, we will engage in 2024. So
Awesome, glad to hear.
Other questions or comments? Okay. Do we have public comment? No? Okay. Then seeing no public comment, under announcements, the next regular commission meeting will be June 2nd at 5:30 PM. But we will also have a special commission meeting tomorrow, May 20th, at 5:30 PM for interviews to fill the city commission vacancy that will be coming up shortly. Okay? Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Well, I have something that I was just gonna text them individually about it before and I didn't make it. Maybe I should just.
Oh, do you want to come up and speak while the commission's here?
Publicly known.
If you want
It's
to talk
public
after, we
comment.
can do that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to come up here.
yes, please. And then if you'll turn that on by pushing the button,
Can't you hear me?
well, it goes out, it's being recorded and then goes out on that.
If you want to talk afterwards, we can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right. If no other questions, we had a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those
I'll
opposed,
I'll
same
second it.
sign. Pardon?
Nothing.
Okay.
Proceed.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Record.
That's crazy.
Jameson.